All right, let's talk about AI, but not in some abstract, sci-fi way. We're going to get real and practical and talk about how it's becoming an absolutely indispensable tool for managers just like you. Let's dive in how AI can become your new performance co-pilot.
So let me ask you, does this sound familiar? You're drowning in admin work, constantly chasing down status updates, and all the while, you're trying to figure out how to keep your team fired up and hitting their goals. It's a huge challenge, and trust me, you are not alone in this.
And it's not just a feeling. The numbers back it up. A whopping 2 in 3 managers say they're feeling this exact pressure. They feel like they need more support because, let's face it, the old ways of doing things are just stretched to their breaking point.
And that, right there, is what we're calling the manager's modern dilemma. Leaders today are just facing this avalanche of information, of data, of admin tasks, and it all gets in the way of the stuff that actually matters, leading people. But what if you had a secret weapon, a high-powered assistant to help you navigate all of it? Well, meet your new AI co-pilot. And let's be super clear about this. This is not about replacement. No way. This is all about augmentation.
So what exactly is an AI co-pilot? You know, the best way to think about it is like the ultimate assistant. It's the thing that takes on all that grunt work, the repetitive, time-sucking parts of your job. It's compiling reports, helping with schedules, drafting communications, freeing you up to do the high-level stuff, like thinking strategically and actually coaching your team.
And I love this quote from an HR tech CEO because it just nails it. The whole point is to save you time so you can reinvest that time into relationships and strategy. You know, the things that only a human leader can truly do.
And hey, this isn't just a top-down thing. Your team feels the benefits too. In fact, look at these numbers. Employees are already saying that AI helps them save time, focus on what's important, and even get more creative. When the whole team is more efficient, everyone's job gets a whole lot better.
Okay, so that all sounds great in theory, right? But what about actual concrete results? Let's look at the data and see how AI can really unlock your team's full potential. We're going to break it down into 5 key benefits. Think of this as the playbook for how AI is changing the game. We're talking about a serious productivity boost, making smarter decisions with data, creating a culture of continuous feedback, promoting fairness, and, maybe most importantly, helping you get your focus back on strategy. So what does that productivity boost really look like? Well, an MIT study found that when skilled workers used generative AI, their performance improved by nearly 40%. I mean, 40%. That is not a minor tweak. That is a total game changer.
And it's not just about cranking out more work. It's about creating a better place to work. An IBM study found that using AI for performance reviews led to a 15% jump in both engagement and productivity. So why? It's because that feedback loop gets so much better. It's more consistent, it's more data-driven, and frankly, it's more fair.
All right, so the why is pretty clear. Now let's get into the how. What do these tools actually do in the real world, day to day?
First up, intelligent task management. Just imagine for a second that you could cut through the daily chaos of planning and coordinating automatically.
So, picture this, an assistant that automatically prioritizes your team's to-do list based on deadlines and importance. It can even predict potential roadblocks by looking at past projects, and it generates those status reports for you. That means you spend way less time chasing people for updates and more time actually solving problems.
Okay, next up is a big one, data-driven performance monitoring. The whole idea here is to move away from those infrequent, kind of subjective annual reviews and towards a system of real-time coaching backed by actual analytics. Tools like the ones used by Hitachi, for example, can give you continuous real-time analytics. They'll flag significant changes in performance metrics so you know what's happening as it happens. They can even summarize an employee's accomplishments and challenges from all different data sources, and then draft initial comments for reviews. This just grounds the whole conversation in objective data. And finally, let's talk about AI-enhanced communication. I mean, in this era of remote and hybrid teams, streamlining how we all connect and collaborate is absolutely crucial.
For instance, you've probably heard of tools like Microsoft Copilot. Get this, it can take a whole hour-long meeting, summarize it, and generate a list of action items. They found it saves users the equivalent of an entire workday each month. And for global teams, live translation just erases language barriers, making collaboration seamless. It's incredible.
Okay, these tools are obviously powerful, no doubt about it. But with great power comes, well, you know the rest.
To really get this right, you have to be smart and thoughtful about how you bring this technology into your organization.
Let's tackle the elephant in the room, AI bias. It's a very real risk. If an algorithm is trained on biased data, its outputs are going to be biased too. Simple as that. The best practice here is crystal clear. You have to keep a human in the loop. Always. Use AI as your trusted advisor to inform your judgment, not as the final decision maker.
So here's a quick checklist for doing this the smart way. On the tech side, you've got to vet your vendors for data privacy and security, and make sure the tools actually fit into how you already work. On the people side, you have to be transparent with your team to build trust. And strategically, you have to tie every AI project to clear, measurable business goals.
When you combine these powerful tools with a really smart adoption strategy, a whole new vision for leadership starts to emerge. And that's what we call the augmented manager. Because at the end of the day, AI is not here to replace the human element of management. It's here to take the drudgery off your plate so that you can amplify your uniquely human skills, the ability to lead, to mentor, and to truly inspire your team. Look, the technology is here. It's getting more powerful and more accessible every single day. Your co-pilot is ready for takeoff. The only question left is, how are you going to lead with it?